In this video, I'm going to show you the top 10 side quests that you should not miss in Mass Effect 1. I'll be focusing on quests that are the best combination of interesting from a lore perspective, but also fun to play. Keep watching to see it all. What's up everyone? Big Dan here. Before we begin, I have a bunch of different Mass Effect Trilogy guides and lore videos on my channel, so if you're interested in seeing more, hit that subscribe button. Without further ado, let's dive right in. Number 1. Garrus, find Dr. Saleon. This quest starts after you've completed a couple of conversations with Garrus on the Normandy. He'll let you know about a Salarian black market organ dealer who escaped C-Sex justice a few years prior. If you ask for more information, he will give you the coordinates for Saleon's suspected location. The best part about this quest is it has a significant impact on Garrus' character and viewpoint depending on the choice you make during the mission.
You're crazy. He's crazy!
Number 2. Wrex Family Armor. Much like the previous quest, this mission starts after you've had several conversations with your squad mate Wrex back on the Normandy. Once you've inquired about Wrex's family, he'll let you know that a THORIAN artifacts dealer stole his grandfather's ancestral armor, and he wants you to help him get it back.
You trying to make me cry, Shepard?
I won't say more, except that completing this quest can potentially save you a lot of heartache, so be sure to complete it as soon as possible. Number 3. Admiral Kahoku's Missing Marines. So this is actually a chain of quests that starts off pretty innocuous and gets much more complex as you unravel the mystery behind it. Shortly after becoming a Spectre, you can speak with Alliance Officer Rear Admiral Kahoku in the Citadel Tower.
I'm getting stonewalled by bureaucratic assholes.
He'll ask you to track a group of missing Marines that were on a mission for him. This quest also ties into another side mission on the Citadel involving the blackmail of Dr. Michelle, so be sure to speak with her too. The information you discover in this quest line has major lore implications for the second and third games in the series, so it's absolutely worth playing ASAP. Number 4. UNC Hostile Takeover. This quest is given by Helena Blake, who you can find near the Emporium Market on the Citadel Presidium. Blake is a high-ranking member of a criminal syndicate that is heavily involved in both the drug and slave trades. Blake wants the commander to help her wrest control away from the current leadership so she can turn the organization towards more respectable rackets like gambling and other mob shit. There are a number of different options for how you can deal with this quest in the end, which is worth seeing for yourself. Number 5. UNC Asari Diplomacy. There are actually 3 different ways to obtain this quest, but the most common is to complete one of the main quest planets, Pharos, Therum, or Noveria. Afterwards, you'll be contacted by Nasana Dantius, an Asari diplomat hanging out in the embassy bar on the Citadel. She asks you to help her rescue her sister, who she claims was kidnapped and is being held for ransom. Dantius will make a return appearance during the main quest in Mass Effect 2, so this mission is a good opportunity to learn more about this powerful Asari. Number 6. Citadel the Consort. Speaking of Asari, this list would be incomplete without mentioning the consort Sha'ira. You can receive her quest as early as your first trip to the Citadel, even before meeting with the Council if you want to. She asks you to convince a former client, the Turian General Septimus Araka, to stop spreading nasty rumors about her.
Because she rejected me! Me! Septimus Araka, General of the Turian Fleet!
As a reward for helping her out, you will receive a mysterious trinket which can be used to unlock an interesting secret on the uncharted world of Elatania. And if you explore this quest to the fullest and play your cards right, you can even partake in her, services. Number 7. Biotic Lore Quests. So I'm actually rolling 2 similar quests into this entry, UNC Biotic Terrorists and UNC Major Kyle. Both involve tensions between the Alliance military and disgruntled human biotics. This political conflict was a major background theme in the first game, but gets overshadowed in subsequent titles with the growing threat of the Reapers taking center stage. In layman's terms, biotics is essentially space magic. Unlike the Asari, humans are not born with innate biotic abilities. Some humans can develop biotic talents through surgical implants or even exposure to Element Zero when they are in the womb. Both of these practices can have catastrophic side effects for the physical and mental health of the individual. On the mild end of the spectrum, human biotics may experience headaches and dizziness.
Did he ever face charges for that?
He got his, yeah.
On the more severe end, symptoms range from debilitating pain to insanity. The Alliance and human politicians are eager to use biotics for their combat prowess, but largely ignore the unique health problems that many human biotics deal with.
Just because we're biotics doesn't mean we don't deserve to be treated fairly.
This drives a lot of biotics to desperate measures like joining cults or terrorist groups to find refuge or force political change. These two side quests really explore the struggles that biotics face and give the player opportunities to roleplay an appropriate response. It's also nice to bring Caden along for these if you can, since his background ties in directly and he has some unique dialogue. Number 8. UNC Espionage Probe. This quest begins when you enter the Amazon system in the Voyager cluster. Admiral Hackett informs you about a booby-trapped nuclear espionage probe that the Alliance put out during the First Contact War. The probe has mysteriously ended up in the Voyager cluster, and now it's time for the commander to locate and disable it. This quest also touches on some lore from the Skillian Blitz, which is particularly relevant if you chose the war hero reputation during character creation. Number 9. UNC Dead Scientists. Like many of the side missions in this game, this quest can be attained either by hacking an access terminal or getting spammed by Admiral Hackett when you enter the Newton system of the Kepler Verge. Hackett informs us that someone has been systematically killing off all members of an Alliance science team connected with a secret project on Akuz. This quest is directly tied to the sole survivor reputation, as well as the shady Black Ops group that becomes a bigger part of the plot in Mass Effect 2 and 3. It's definitely worth checking this one out. Before we cover number 10, I wanted to shout out a few honorable mentions. UNC Rogue VI is a good quest to play because you unlock your class specialization, get to drive the Mako on the moon, and get a nice view of Earth. The quest also has a tie-in with another character in Mass Effect 2 and 3. Unfortunately, the quest itself is a bit of a slog from a gameplay standpoint. In a similar vein, UNC Geth Incursions is good because it ties in with Tali's pilgrimage, but the quest itself is a tedious slog to complete, as you have to clear out 5 separate Geth outposts in the Armstrong cluster. There are also a bunch of really short but satisfying quests on the Citadel involving characters like Samesh Bhatia, Emily Wong, and Aprichi Hanar.
Because it's a big, stupid jellyfish.
I definitely recommend exploring every nook and cranny throughout the Citadel, looking for people to talk to and quests to pick up. I would also recommend keeping an eye out for character-specific missions. Each pre-service history, Spacer, Colonist, and Earthborn, has a unique mission that unlocks about halfway through the game. For instance, in the Earthborn background, a shady racist will try to blackmail Commander Shepard via his past ties to a gang back on Earth. And last, but definitely not least, we have number 10, Citadel the Fan. You didn't think I was going to leave out the homie CONRAD VERNER, did you? Early in the game, you will run into a Commander Shepard fanboy on the Citadel. If you don't completely blow him off, then he will pop up several more times and continue to show up in each subsequent game.
You're a hero, Shepard. Decades from now, humanity's going to remember you, and I'll have your picture.
His side quest in Mass Effect 3 is probably the most complicated in the trilogy, purely in terms of how many prior decisions factor into it. You definitely don't want to sleep on CONRAD VERNER.
My wife will love it.
So there you have it, the top 10 side quests you should not miss in Mass Effect 1. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe to Big Dan Gaming for more Mass Effect and RPG videos. Until next time, this has been Big Dan. I should go.
But I'd make a great Spectre. I'd be right there with you, showing the Council what humanity is capable of.